we are actually doing the kickoff of the Stop Food Cravings Challenge. This is the video for the kickoff video. So, welcome, the moment that you guys have been waiting for. All right, so here's what we're going to do. The date is going to be on Monday, so you have today, which is Thursday, you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to everything that we're getting ready to talk about. You have 3 days to put all of that into practice if you're not already actually following the plan. So what you see here is your to-do list. This is going to help you not only prepare for the challenge, but to maintain the challenge. All right, so on the left you see what your little to-do list is for preparing for the challenge. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a date and announce it. And so together as a group, the date is going to be Monday. I believe that is October the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. And then what I want you to do is I want you to announce that date publicly. So I want you to tell your friends, I want you to tell your family. And we do this for several reasons, but most of all this is done to basically keep you accountable, to let your friends know exactly what it is that you're getting ready to do. And not only that, you know, to possibly even encourage people to take this challenge with you. My absolute biggest desire is to get people off of their food cravings, to break that connection with food. And so when you are setting a date and then you are announcing it to the world, that is giving you the opportunity to recruit some people and bring them along with you. You know, because if you know, obviously you're here because you've got some issues with food cravings and you know exactly what kind of a prison that feels like. And so, you know, if you're a giving person like, you know, like I am, then you also want your loved ones to be free from that prison as well. So we set the date. What I want you to do now is I want you to announce it to your friends and family, and do that however you see fit, maybe on Facebook, maybe on Twitter. Call them, email them, text them, let people know this is what you plan on doing. I am going to stop my food cravings. I'm going to break my addiction to sugar. I'm going to disconnect with food. That is also going to let any weight loss saboteurs that you know in on the little secret. And so hopefully, you know, for the next 14 days, the people that you tell will know not to try to tempt you, right? All right, so another thing that we are going to do to prepare for this challenge is we are going to make a daily meal plan that's going to include breakfast, lunch, dinners, snacks, and even desserts. And then if you haven't already, regardless of whatever nutritional plan you're on, you should be taking a quality multivitamin to fill in the nutritional gaps. So that is preparing for the challenge, all right? Now, right before the challenge and then during the challenge, here's what you need to do. You need to go shopping, obviously. We have to go and, you know, get the groceries and get the food. Then you're going to detox your kitchen. We'll go over all of this, you know, one by one. Then we're just going to get started. After that, we're going to continue to keep a food craving log. And then probably one of the most important things that you need to do during the challenge is to ask for help and support if you need it. And there are many ways that you can do this. The two that I recommend the most is utilizing the Bikini Mindset Facebook page. And if you are, you know, a recent boot camp attendee or past boot camp attendee, then you should have already been invited into the Bikini Mindset Facebook VIP group. That is an awesome place to go to talk to others who have attended the boot camp. You know, they know exactly what it is that you are going through. You know, they've been through the process as well. So if you need help with anything, clarification with anything, you're looking for some more recipe ideas, you know, that is an awesome place to go to, is the VIP group. And so especially if you need help and support, because, you know, you have to surround yourself with people who have the habits that you also are aspiring to have. And, you know, right now the group is just full of people with those exact same qualities. All right, moving on. So let's talk about setting a date and buddying up. Well, I've already set the date for you, but if you're watching this recording and you're doing this on your own, then you know, you need to make sure that whatever date that you set, it is no more than 7 days away. You do not want to draw this out any more than it needs to be. And the only reason why I say I even give you 7 days is to kind of help you prepare. You know, from point A to point B, you need some preparation time. So whatever that date is, make sure it's no more than 7 days away, all right? And then tell the world. Tell your friends, your family, and especially those weight loss saboteurs. You're breaking your addiction to sugar. You're getting away from food cravings. You don't need their, you know, temptation. You don't need any quote-unquote help, right? And also that is going to help prepare those that you live with. Because we all know, you know, just because you're going to be going on in a certain direction, there might be others that you live with who aren't ready to go in that direction. But what you can do is let them know this is the process you're getting ready to go through, kind of prepare them for their journey as well, and even ask for their support. It's only 14 days. Everything that you are learning could benefit, you know, the people that you live with as well, especially health-wise. And so, you know, see if they can compromise, meet you halfway, or maybe even take the challenge with you. And then go ahead and recruit some friends and family to take the challenge, at least 5. You guys remember the top 5 I told you about, you know, the people that you surround yourself with? If you are hanging around people all of the time who are consistently overindulging in certain kinds of foods and are having the hardest time breaking their bad eating habits, remember what I said about those top 5? You can measure your results in any area by the top 5 people you hang out with. So if your top 5 are overweight, broke, stressed out, and unhappy, you need to find another 5. You know, at least until you get to where you need to be, and then you can be an example for, you know, whoever in your life needs to come up to a higher level. All right, so recruit some friends and family to take this challenge with you. You know, you need to buddy up and get a good support system surrounding you. And then what I want you to do is to check in daily on the Bikini Mindset Facebook page. You know, let me know and let others know where you're at in your journey. You know, just start asking for help and support, and, you know, let people encourage you and motivate you. That's what we're here for. All right, so let's talk about constructing a meal plan. This is, you know, kind of like your homework. And so this is going to take a lot of forethought. It's going to take some effort and probably a whole lot of Googling. Now, if you are listening to the 7-day challenge, then you've already been provided with the 7-day, you know, the 7-day meal plan. But the 14-day plan, you're going to have to really sit down and really construct this thing out. But anyway, this meal plan needs to include breakfast, lunch, dinners, snacks, and desserts. You want to make sure that you are using the approved foods list as your guide, which we will go over the approved foods here in a second. You want to make sure that you are spacing your meals and your snacks approximately 3 hours apart. The last thing you want to do when you are in the middle of breaking your food cravings is you don't want to let yourself get so hungry that you are no longer, you know, that you're just going to, temptation can override you the second that you find yourself getting too hungry. Hold on just a second. There we go. All right, so meals and snacks need to be spaced approximately 3 hours apart. We want to make sure that, you know, the hungry monster doesn't attack. All right, so on top of that, you want to make sure that you are eating breakfast within 1 hour of waking. Your last meal or snack should be 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Don't pay too much attention to the whole, you know, no more eating after 8 p.m. unless, you know, your bedtime is 10 or 11 o'clock, then yes, that would apply to you. But if you go to bed at 2 in the morning, obviously, you know, 8 p.m. is too early for you to stop eating. Avoid carb-loaded fruits and high-starch vegetables for the first 4 days, and we'll go over what carb-loaded fruits are and some examples of high-starch veggies. And then days 5 through 7, you can reintroduce, you know, some carb-loaded fruits and high-starch veggies back into your diet, but you want to make sure that you space them at least 2 hours apart. And then after you have constructed your meal plan, then it's time to make a shopping list, all right? Because you obviously know you cannot go to the store without, directions. If you go to the store without any kind of a shopping list, you're just bound to come home with all kinds of stuff you don't really need, right? So, yeah, we're going to stick to a plan. So make sure after you have constructed your meal plan that you make a shopping list and stick to that shopping list when you go shopping. All right, so number 1 on top of the go shopping card is do not shop on an empty stomach. Big no-no, especially when you are just starting to fight food cravings. You're going to get there and, temptation is going to call out to you from every direction. So the best defense against any kind of temptation as far as your food cravings go is not to go shopping on an empty stomach. Another thing, as far as, tips and tricks to shop, focus on what you can buy and not on what you can't. So you're going to notice that you're going to, like I said, use your shopping list to guide you. Shop along the outer perimeter and stay away from the center aisles. So, when you were focusing on what you can eat and can buy, just stay in those areas. Don't even look in the general direction where, where all of the cakes and the cookies and all of the offending foods are at. Just, look at your shopping guide, your shopping list, and be like, oh, this is what I can have, so I'm going to go in that direction. I can have a lot of produce, so I'm going to spend a lot of my time in the produce section. After that, we want to make sure that you avoid canned goods as much as possible, especially canned vegetables. Not only do canned vegetables not taste all that great, they are usually loaded with sodium, which is salt. And so as much as you possibly can, avoid canned goods. Now, of course, there is going to be some caveat to that. There are some canned fruits that you can enjoy, especially fruits that are very acidic in nature. A perfect example is pineapple. Pineapple juice is very acidic, meaning that it can store itself in its own juice and not need any extra preservatives to keep it good. And so if you pick up a bottle of or a can of pineapple in pineapple juice, the only ingredients will be pineapple and pineapple juice. And so there are some, exceptions to the no canned goods rule. Anything else as far as fruits go, just make sure that if it is canned, that it is canned in 100% its own juice. All right, no syrup, not even light syrup, and nothing sweetened with Splenda or anything like that. It needs to be in its own juice. All right, so while you're out shopping, you want to make sure that you pick up a notebook or some kind of journal or log that you are going to start keeping what is going to be called a food cravings log. And we will go over what a food cravings log is here in a second. And then also I want you to look into purchasing a quality multivitamin. I will give you 2 recommendations during the presentation tonight. You can look into either one of those. The first one is Vegan Shakeology. This is like heaven in a cup, especially if you're somebody that is really into chocolate. I'm a chocoholic, and the vegan Shakeology that I take that I drink is chocolate, and I put all different kinds of ingredients in it and dress it up and make it good, and it's kind of hard to believe that, yeah, I can get away with that. Anyway, vegan Shakeology is made up of plant protein, so if you are somebody who is sensitive to like whey proteins or lactose intolerant or anything like that, very good for you. Plant protein, it's sweetened only with stevia. What you're going to find about a lot of meal replacements and protein drinks is that they are usually sweetened with either fructose or sucralose. This is only sweetened with stevia, and so made completely out of whole food ingredients. Non-GMO, obviously. It's 170 calories per serving, and it is full of protein, which helps build lean muscle, improves hair, skin, and nails. The protein supports mental clarity and reduces food cravings. There's antioxidants, which antioxidants rids the body of damaging free radicals, promotes a healthy heart, and supports optimal blood pressure. And then the phytonutrients help alkalize the body. It detoxifies your liver, kidneys, and blood to restore your health and vitality. And then it also has adaptogens, which adaptogens help to protect your body from stress, supports the immune system, and balances the endocrine system. And then there's also, it's packed, jam-packed full with pre- and probiotics, and digestive enzymes, which those increase nutrient absorption, promotes regularity, and improves digestion, not to mention all of the superfoods and vitamins and minerals that make it up as well. Just a kind of a side note on the vegan Shakeology, not too long ago I was taking through a company called Singular, a very high quality supplements through this company. But as a distributor, I was paying $170 monthly on supplements that basically gave me the exact same thing, $170 a month, and that was distributor pricing. You can get a 30-day supply of Shakeology for just under $100, so it's an awesome, awesome value. If you're interested in trying Shakeology, they have a sample pack available for $20 now. It is the normal one, though. It's not the vegan. So if you want to try the vegan Shakeology, it comes in tropical strawberry or vegan chocolate. And I can arrange to have some sample packs available if you would like to purchase those. Or you can just try, take advantage of the bottom of the bag guarantee. You can take it till it's completely empty, and then if for whatever reason you're not satisfied with the results, or it didn't do for you what you wanted it to do, send it back, get your money back. All is right in the world, right? All right, so if you're interested in finding out more about Shakeology, or if you want to go buy it, just hop on over to shakeology.com/bikini mindset, and then look at the nutritional info by scrolling down at the very bottom of the page, and specifically look for the vegan variety, the strawberry or the chocolate. I haven't tried the strawberry yet. I need to, though. I'm a chocolate girl, what can I say? All right, so if for whatever reason you decide not to go in the direction of the Shakeology, which is basically a multivitamin in itself along with everything else, make sure that you are checking for added sugars, because yes, they do add sugars to multivitamins. Make sure that they are gluten-free. The sticky protein component in gluten makes for a very common filler in medications, especially vitamins. So you have to check the label, and if it is gluten-free, they will specify on the label that it is gluten-free, all right? Make sure that it is free of any GMO ingredients. GMO stands for, genetically modified organism. And just remember, you guys, if it is cheap, then, if the price is cheap, then the multivitamin itself is going to be very low quality. A multivitamin in pill form that I actually recommend is by New, N-E-W, Chapter, C-H-A-P-T-E-R. They have many different varieties for women and men and kids, and you can just check them out at newchapter.com. If I wasn't taking Shakeology, I would be taking New Chapter. All right, so let's go over the approved foods list. This is anything that falls into these categories is things that is approved, as long as they are in their raw natural state. So proteins, dairy, healthy fats, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds. And then you'll notice that some of those categories have a little star by them. That means that you can have unlimited quantities of those foods. Now, if you remember from the boot camp, that doesn't mean you can eat meat until you get sick. Your friends are going to probably look at you funny when you tell them you can have unlimited amounts of healthy fats. They're not going to understand. Here's the deal. When you are eating foods that do not have synthesized sugars in them, foods that do not cause your blood sugar levels to increase to the point where your body is releasing insulin into the bloodstream. That food is not going to cause leptin to be blocked from your brain. And so what it means by unlimited is you can eat as much as your body will allow you, and your body will tell you when it's had enough, okay? When I say unlimited, I don't mean, get a huge truck full of something and just dive head first. If you are following the, regimen that's being laid out here completely, you won't be able to overeat on any of this stuff. Okay, so glad we got that taken care of. All right, so here's some examples of proteins. Chicken, turkey, fish, seafood, and eggs. Now, red meats and beans are okay, but limit the servings to 1 or 2 a week. Beans are actually considered starch, which they are. They're starchy, and starches break down into sugar into the bloodstream, so you have to be very careful with any kind of food property that's going to break down into sugar. But red meat and beans are okay, but just limit servings to 1 or 2 a week. All right, dairy. We have milk, solid cheese, cottage cheese, cream cheese, yogurt, sour cream, and there's only one food there, the solid cheese. You can have unlimited amounts of that. The reason why solid cheese is okay in unlimited quantities is because the sugar content has been fermented out. So, there's not going to be any sugar in solid cheese. But milk, cottage cheese, cream cheese, yogurt, sour cream, all of that is going to have, it's liquid in nature, so it's going to have some sugar in it. And so you need to make sure the liquid dairy, you have to limit liquid dairy to no more than 1 serving a day. Okay. A little side note on the solid cheese, if you're going to, for whatever reason need shredded cheese, I highly recommend that you buy a big block of cheese and shred it yourself. The problem with the shredded cheese in packages is that it's often sifted with or coated with cornstarch or some other kind of starch to keep it from bulking together. Cornstarch, like any other kind of starch, breaks down into sugar into the bloodstream. Kind of negates the, the ability to eat as much cheese as solid cheese as you want. So packaged cheese, stay away from it. Get a big block of cheese, make your own. All right? All right, so healthy fats, moving on. We've got extra virgin olive oils, coconut oil, regular mayo, not Miracle Whip, butter, not margarine. We also have avocados, olives, and then if you're looking for a quick salad dressing, you don't want to break out the blender every time you make a salad, check out Newman's Own olive oil and vinegar salad dressing. It sounds disgusting, but it actually is really, really good. It's made up of a whole lot of spices, and then if you refrigerate it for a little while, it's got a very unique kind of a sweet tangy taste to it, and a little bit goes a long way. So check that out. It's in the salad dressing section with everything else. All right, vegetables. We are talking about the non-starch variety, which you can have an unlimited amount of the non-starch vegetables. So load up on lots of leafy greens, lettuces, kale, spinach, etc. Again, avoid canned vegetables. You can use steamable veggies in the frozen food section. I actually use those quite a bit. And then just kind of a side note, I guess, well, never mind. I was going to talk about pumpkin, but pumpkin is actually considered a fruit, so never mind. All right. All right. Now we're going to talk about starch vegetables. All right. Notice that these cannot be enjoyed in unlimited quantities. You have to restrict the starch vegetables to no more than 1 serving a day, because like I said before, they break down into sugar. All right. So starch vegetables, you're looking at potatoes, peas, corn, onions, carrots, winter squash, and corn or butternut or anything that's going to break down into the system that's going to overload your system with glucose. All right, so we're on to fruits. Make sure you can do a lot of berries. Berries are awesome for you. Limit intake of high-carb fruits such as bananas, plantains, pineapple, pumpkin, and mango are just some examples of high-carb fruits. You want to make sure that you are limiting fruit consumption to no more than 1 or 2 servings a day. Okay? Nuts and seeds. You want to make sure that you are getting the stuff that's raw only. It's not roasted or flavored or anything else. And just kind of a little bit of a tip and trick for you, if you would like to get some, raw nuts that aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg, then go check out the baking section. They have walnuts and pecans and everything else there that you can take advantage of. All right, so next we're moving on to detoxifying your kitchen. All right, so remove all processed foods from your home. You want to box and bag them up. Give me just a moment. All right, so we are removing all processed foods from your home. You're going to box and bag them up. Get them out of the house. Completely remove them. But here's what I want you to do, though. Once you completely detox your kitchen, you've removed all of the nasty canned stuff, all the bag stuff, take pics of it and post it to your Facebook page and tag Bikini Mindset in the post. What this is going to do, it is going to generate interest among your family and friends. They're going to wonder, what the heck are you doing? And, and when you tell them that you're on your way to kill food cravings and, you're going to destroy emotional eating and food addiction and all that good stuff, they're going to look at you and be like, I want some of that. And so, it's really going to help you generate interest among your family and your friends to help to join the challenge with you. And so the way that you can tag Bikini Mindset in your Facebook post is by the little ampersand sign. And then you start typing out Bikini Mindset, and it should, have a drop-down box that comes down, and you just pick Bikini Mindset. It will add the link into your post. All right, and so like I said, this is going to help out with accountability and motivation. It's going to encourage family and friends to join the challenge, which is going to be awesome. And then once you get everything bagged up, throw it away or give it away. If you're one of those who you don't want to waste anything, go give it to a food bank or somebody who is less fortunate. Just get it out of the house. Detoxing your kitchen of all processed food is going to minimize temptation. Now, I do know, I know exactly what it's like, when you have no, food craving worthy food in the house and your food cravings kick on. A lot of the hardcore fast food addicts, like I used to be, would just get out at 2 in the morning and go get what they wanted. But, it's going to require extra help, So just get it out of the house. All right, so now we're going to talk about the challenge. I want you to mark your calendar. Get yourself excited. And on the day that we are starting the challenge, I want you to write, stop food cravings. Look at it and get excited. Get your emotions involved. When the date comes, make a big deal out of it. Celebrate it. You're starting your journey to complete and utter freedom. And then, like I said, announce that date to your family and friends. Post on Facebook and tag Bikini Mindset in the post so that your friends know where to go to join in on the challenge, so they know where to go to get the information that they need to take this challenge with you. And then what you're going to start doing is you're going to start keeping a food cravings log. So in this food cravings log, this is what you're going to do. You're going to track daily food and water intake every single day. So everything that you eat, and if you ate spaghetti, and I'm talking about of the the squash variety, then you need to comment that that's what you did. Don't just put spaghetti. You need to say it was squash. It was this kind of spaghetti sauce. It was this kind of meat. Get very detailed about the foods you are eating, okay? And then after that, what you want to start doing is rating your food cravings on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is when your food cravings are completely non-existent. 10 is when you went off the deep end. Like you have one bite and it just caused you to, run to the Quick Trip at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and just, yeah, completely clean them out. Okay, 10 is voracious. So what you're going to do is you're going to rate your food cravings and describe the intensity in great detail. So on day 1, you want to think and rate, okay, where am I at as far as my food cravings go? If you feel that your food cravings are tipping the scale out of 10, you need to describe what that feels like. What does that mean? Because what you're going to start doing is associating great pain with craving certain kinds of food. So, if a 10 feels like it's, you're going to come out of your skin if you don't get what you want right then and there, you need to write that down. So basically ask yourself, what does a food craving rate of 10 feel like? Describe it in great detail how you experience that rate, and then you do the same for all the ratings as you experience them. So when you find that your food cravings are down at a 5, what does a food craving rate of 5 feel like? Start really associating, food cravings on a different scale. Because what's going to end up happening is, when you finally do get those food cravings down to 0, and then you start introducing or reintroducing certain types of food back into your nutrition, you're going to know, okay, well, corn is going to give me a food craving rate of a 5 or a 6. And so you're going to kind of get a good idea of what it feels like after you eat a certain type of food. All right? All right, so Food Cravings 101, what to expect on this 14-day challenge. Most people report that food cravings are strongest on days 1 through 3. Okay, that's the average. Just remember, when you feel like those food cravings, if you're going to go off the deep end, you're going to crawl out of your skin if you don't get what you want. Just remember, after 3 days, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to get through the first 3 days. All right. So what's going to end up happening is on days 4 through 10, those food cravings are going to start rapidly declining in intensity. So first 3 days are going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. But just remember, it's temporary. It's not going to be like that forever. If you want to know what a life feels like without experiencing constant food cravings, you have to get past those first few days, all right? And then after, and this is the happy time, food cravings are non-existent days 11 and after. Now, of course, everybody's different, so you could be, food cravings for you could be non-existent on day 7. They could be non-existent on day 8. It just depends on where you're at. And so just, give it at least 14 days, all right? So your best defense, especially to help you overcome these food cravings quicker, is water, and lots of it. Water helps to detox your body. So, you should be drinking right now, despite what kind of diet you are eating, half your body weight in ounces of water. All right, so if you are 200 pounds, you should be drinking a minimum of 100 ounces of water every single day. You have to at least get your minimum. That's why you are keeping a food cravings log, because you are also supposed to be tracking your water intake, and it's going to help you bust those food cravings even faster. Okay? Avoid eating multiple high-carb fruits and high-starch vegetables within a 2-hour time frame. So, for instance, if you are eating, if you ate a banana, you do not want to turn around within the next couple of hours and then, eat a carrot or eat corn or eat peas and stuff like that. That's going to dump too much glucose in your system. And even though glucose is the good sugar, too much of it can still trigger food cravings. All right, so remember, avoid eating multiple high-carb fruits and high-starch veggies within a 2-hour time frame. If you notice that your food cravings are still high, then you need to check your food cravings log for clues. It's very possible that you are eating, look for patterns. If you notice that that day they were kicked off after you ate a banana, then a banana might be too high in glucose for you. You might have to just eat half of a banana and then, do whatever you want with the other half. So that's where the food craving log really comes in to help you, is if you notice your food cravings are being kicked off, you can go back and reference why it was kicked off. All right, and so just so you know, you will still experience mild sugar cravings from time to time. Somebody who is brand new to the food craving free lifestyle might take this mild sugar craving and think that the body is asking for foods that it really doesn't need. You might associate that mild sugar craving with, oh, I need pastries or bread or pasta, the foods you shouldn't be eating. That's not the case. Your body is not asking for crap. I hope you remember what the acronym CRAP stood for. All your body is simply doing is asking for glucose. Your body needs glucose to function. And so when you get that sweet tooth, because you will get it, now granted it's not going to be at a level 10 or above like regular food cravings are. It might be, like I say, mild, so it's going to be anywhere from a 2 to maybe a 5. So if you notice that you have a sweet tooth, you can satisfy it with some fruit or high-starch vegetables, and that should take care of it, should knock it out. All right. Help and support. You're going to need it. The first 3 to 4 days could be very, very challenging. And if you don't have a support system set up to carry you through those first 3 to 4 days, you will never know what life feels like free from food cravings. So if you notice that you're having a challenging day and you don't feel that you can get through it on your own, ask for help and support. That's what I'm here for. That's what the Bikini Mindset Facebook page is there for. That's why I created the Bikini Mindset VIP Facebook group, is for you to have a place to go to where you can ask for help and support and encouragement and motivation. A lot of you have my personal email. You have my, my cell phone. You can text me if you need to, and I can walk you through it. I'll do whatever I can to get you through those first 3 days. All right? Okay, so after the challenge, maintaining your freedom. Continue keeping a food cravings log. Don't just stop, the food cravings log after the 14 days are up. You're going to need to continue keeping a food cravings log, because what you're going to start doing is you're going to start slowly phasing in non-wheat, non-gluten grains back into your diet one at a time. And the reason why you're doing it so slowly is because, grains are a very starchy item. They're going to break down into sugar. And you have no clue at this point in time exactly how your body is going to react. You don't know if oatmeal is going to trigger your food cravings or not. You won't know that unless you are keeping a food cravings log. And so continue that food cravings log. You want to make sure that when you are slowly phasing in the non-wheat, non-gluten grains, that you are using the suggested serving sizes that are listed on the package, and then mark that down. So if you say, like, if you get a cup of brown rice and that's what you had, then in your food cravings log, write down 1 cup of brown rice. And then if you notice that your food cravings were triggered, then you're going to go back to your log and be like, okay, well, obviously a cup is too much. I might have to cut it down to half. All right, so you want to make sure if your food cravings are triggered, then what you need to do is you need to eliminate all grains again until cravings go back down to 0. And after a while, what you'll find out is that it won't take very much time to do that. 1 day, 2 days, a maximum of 3. And so completely eliminate grains again until your cravings go back down to 0. And then reintroduce that same food but in a smaller portion. And then you'll be able to reassess your food cravings after a couple of hours to get a really good idea of how that food item affects, your very delicate, blood sugar balance. Okay, that is the end of this slideshow. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you guys to see if you have any questions. Are there any questions out there at all? None? All righty.
I have a question.
Yes, who is this?
This is Lee.
Hi, Lee.
And the Shakeology, would you consider that a dairy?
Yes, because, well, it depends on what you mix it with. If you mix it with water, then no.
Okay.
But if you mix it with almond milk or any kind of milk like that, then yes, it'll be considered a dairy. Anything that you mix it with that will have any kind of sugar content is something you need to watch out for.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Awesome. All right. We're going to go ahead and stop this recording now.